What's up, guys? Leslie Robbins here. The coronavirus pandemic has rocked the world and, of course, has hit close to home for so many in various ways. But for one Torrance middle schooler, a rising softball star, she has found a way to persevere and hit a home run. Izzy Kakatian. Here we are at Wilson Park. You're home away from home. We are about 6 feet apart. We are masked up. COVID has changed the rules completely. What was life like before COVID hit? As a softball player, as a middle schooler, and now here we are in strange times.
Yeah, these are very unprecedented times, but before all this happened, we were just back to back practicing, always nonstop. School was, we were at our school, right? And it was just face-to-face teaching. But now it's harder.
Talk about the practice first and foremost.
So the practices, they're 5 hours, and they were always constantly, back-to-back drills and scrimmaging. Now they have to slow it down a little bit, make sure that everything's disinfected, everybody's 6 feet apart, mask on.
The good news about the parks, you can show up with people in your household to do one-on-one stuff. So you and your father actually come here often to do that.
We just make sure that we get enough work till I'm good, because we do it every day to make sure that I'm always staying on top of everything. And they're usually like maybe 1 to 2 hours.
Talk about your softball career. You're only 13 years old. You have a very, very long softball career. Start from the beginning. Take me to where you are now, and you just played in the World Series Stadium with your latest tournament.
Well, I started T-ball, and it was called Sansei, and then my team was called Keikis. Then we went to Torrance Girls Softball League. Now I'm in the travel ball world, and I currently play for USA Athletics. And just about 2 weeks ago, we just got back from Oklahoma City, and I played in a tournament called the USA All-American, and girls from around the country were chosen to be on a certain team, and I represented Region 10 Blue for California.
COVID sadly changed everything and all of the rules. Normally you would have to try out for a tournament like this, but oh no, not this year. How did you actually get on this team? I love this story, actually.
My coach, he actually got a call from the head organization. It's called USA Softball, and he said that I was chosen to be on the USA All-American team, and I was referred to from travel ball coaches around California. It was an amazing experience.
Now talk about from getting picked to be on the team to then going. And the cool thing is you actually went to Oklahoma. During this pandemic, they actually organized this huge tournament. You guys flew on an airplane, COVID rules applied. So talk about the steps getting to Oklahoma in the pandemic.
Yeah, we definitely needed to make sure that we followed all measures, staying 6 feet apart, constantly using hand sanitizer, washing our hands, and wearing masks, obviously. The plane flight was kind of hard, but we made sure that we kept our distance from people. And then when we went to Oklahoma, it was harder to keep distance with everybody, especially in a tournament where there's girls from all around the country. But we just made sure that we were cautious about ourselves and our family.
At this year's All-American Games, you guys placed third, which is incredible. You have your bag here. The luggage tag is still on it. I'd love to find out what's in your bag. I always like to know what athletes have in their sports bags.
I have my catcher's gear.
Of course.
So I'm a utility player, which is positions all around the dirt, but I play catcher, and I love it so much because the catchers take control of the field.
Are you a different person on the field?
Yes, on the field I turn that switch on. I'm beast mode on the field, and then when I'm off the field, I make sure that I always stay humble and just be sweet to everyone and nice.
The NBA, WNBA, MLS, everybody has started their seasons in their own way. Even tennis has just started.
Yes.
So break down how softball has kind of got their game back.
So at first it was very hard because fields were obviously closed because we have to make sure it's less than 10 for a gathering. And it started very slowly and then gradually got to the point where we're starting to get back into the swing of things.
So obviously with the pandemic going on, how are you staying in shape? How are you practicing?
Usually we practice at a place called On Deck, but since that's closed of restrictions right now, me and my dad, we stay in shape by just going in the backyard, hitting into a net with a few balls, and fielding, throwing, catching, everything like that. We also come to Wilson Park to practice here on the side. Just me and my dad, we just do all the stuff that we need to do.
Another thing you need to do consistently is your schoolwork. You are in 8th grade at Calle Mayor. How is virtual learning going for you?
It was very hard in the beginning because it's not as easy as face-to-face learning with my teachers, but now I'm getting the hang of it and it's getting easier now that I know what to do.
Now, as a student athlete, does it change your mindset at all?
Yeah, in the beginning I was very nervous, but now I have a planner for myself just to keep on track. So I would do school from about 8 to 2, and then I go practice in the backyard with my father. So I just make sure that I'm always keeping it organized every day.
What are the goals relating to softball? Varsity at South, what happens after that?
There are many possibilities coming up in the future for me, but one big dream that I would really like to achieve is becoming a pediatrician. And that's actually going to be really difficult with playing softball. And I would love, if I ever had the chance, I would love to play college softball. But the biggest goal that I'm trying to chase is becoming a pediatrician.
That's amazing. So Izzy, what advice would you give to other teenagers in your shoes, other student athletes who are maybe struggling to find a good balance with family, schoolwork, which is virtual, and they want to get their sport on, but they don't know how to do it? What advice would you pass on to them?
I would definitely say, because I know this pandemic and everything fitting into it may be very stressful at times, but I think just always find the light out of the tunnel and stay happy and just look on the bright side.